¡Hola! Bueno, gente. Continuando, ¿vale? Mira este pobrecito. Que no puede con su alma. Bueno, habla con Otto. Tengamos 48 misiones con habla con Otto.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Pues habla y habla y habla. Vámonos. La misión secundaria estoy recopilando, ¿vale? Lo he dicho varias veces. Ya tengo 4 vídeos hechos ya. No sé si hacerla toda, ¿eh? Un coñazo, tío. Hombre, lo voy a hacer toda, pero no sé si después de pasarme esta campaña la subiré o en un futuro, ¿vale? Porque juego larguísimo, tío. Claro, me lo estoy pasando aquí el juego con vosotros y fuera de cámara me lo estoy pasando otra vez, ¿sabes?
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh, my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Thanks to Sid.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders, then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though.
Vamos a
And what
comprarle
can I do for you?
cositas, ¿no?
Let's not be greedy
Vale, lo tengo
now.
todo a tope.
You'll not find a better price than that.
¿Vender qué puedo vender? Pues
Is that
nada.
all?
Continuamos.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo Kupka is dead.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tong down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. But I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
Habla con mí, vaya por día. Quiero matar. Quiero matar. Hola, damisela. Vamos, guión el juego tiene, ¿eh? Eso no... creo que nadie lo discute.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Ay,
All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Habla. Bueno, está interesante el proyecto, ¿no? A ver, vía más corta, lado izquierdo. Vale.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Hay que hablar con el herrero. Blackcorne. En inglés sería yo que inglés no sé. Sé lo básico, basiquísimo, easyísimo.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Krieger's teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though, and I'll need help. Get Gavinotto in here, will ya?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with.
Reúne los materiales. ¿Ya los tengo?
You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
¿Con quién quieres ir? Yo creo que la primera vez que me pasé el juego fui con Gav. O con Otto, no me acuerdo, tío. Con Otto mismo, no sé.
Otto, you're with me.
All right then. Where do we find this Stardust, and how will we know it when we see it?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Valcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
And I'm guessing you'll be needing sack loads of the stuff. Might be worth our importers at the Dalimil Inn. I'll head down there. See about finding us a wagon.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
Yous two take care, eh? I'll go and see this supplier.
Just don't let the bastard fleece you, eh?
He wouldn't do that. He's Blackthorn's mate. Isn't he?
Best of luck.
Vale, pues nada, hay que ir al río. Que está justamente por aquí. Ajá, vale. Está cerquita. si tuviese yo puesto el HDR, se vería esto un azul grisáceo muy feo, tío. A mí que el HDR, sé que los colores son más de esto, pero en algunos juegos para mí la cagan. O puede que sea mi televisor, pero mi televisor me costó un pastizal enorme.
Otto, sorry I'm late.
Oh, Clive. I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this area's our best bet. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with his Stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boots.
But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon.
Well spotted. Now get filling.
Recoge el polvo. Es más, yo grabé sin darme cuenta Final Fantasy 7 capítulo 8 con el HDR y lo tuve que hacer de nuevo, Y además este juego lo quise yo subir hace ya meses atrás. Grabé otros 3-4 capítulos y lo borré. Porque no se me apetecía subirlo y el juego me encanta, ¿vale? Como he dicho, el primer capítulo es mi top 5 de juegos favoritos. Pero es cierto que hay veces que un juego tan largo, grabarlo, no jugarlo, grabarlo es que son muchísimos capítulos. Yo creo que este es, a día de hoy, de que subo esta serie, ¿no? De Final Fantasy XVI, es el juego más largo que tengo en el canal, de campaña. Bueno, vamos contra... aquí.
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
A mí que me gusta mucho cuando hago una serie, ¿no? En YouTube de un videojuego. Si el juego es cortito, me anima más a grabarlo. Si el juego es muy largo, aunque sea uno de mi preferido, como en este caso, pero lo que es grabarlo es un poquillo estresante. Bueno, estresante entre comillas, ¿no? Estoy aquí en mi cuarto jugando a la Play, simplemente. Pero se hace muy largo grabarlo, porque claro, yo grabo, hay ciertos días que no puedo grabar porque no puedo, no tengo tiempo, y hay otros días que sí. Claro, ustedes veis este juego, imagínate que hay 35 capítulos, o imagínate que yo subo un capítulo por día, pero en verdad son muchísimo más tiempo grabándolo, porque hay días que no puedo. Bueno, no enrollo más.
How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
More than me. Put it all together and I can't see Blackthorn complaining. Much. Here, Clive. Do you fancy a walk? Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoiled little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you. But 5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding. So thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong. But I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you. When I suggested taking on his name, you were the first to back me. And if you hadn't, no one else would have. I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Don't give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance, yes. But you're the one who took it. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on their feet. Gave them something worth fighting for, just like the old Cid did. About time I was heading back, I reckon. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its toll on the old pins.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest when you get there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. But I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up. He'll only moan otherwise.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
Vale. Entonces ya aquí no es, ¿no? Hay que hablar. Porque reunir los materiales ya los he hecho, ¿no? Sí. Vale, vale, vale. Fíjate, todo esto es un mapa, ¿eh? Pasa que, claro. Paso de hacerlo porque, como he dicho anteriormente, el juego es larguísimo. Es larguísimo yendo a misiones principales, imagínate con secundaria. Yo creo que tardé, no sé si son 40 y tantas horas, ¿eh? O 50, no me acuerdo. 50 y pocas horas creo yo.
Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Pues listo.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
La musiquita. A ver, vamos a hablar con la chavala.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
Editors started reading books that don't
Pero vamos,
have
este juego lo he disfrutado jugándolo solo, evidentemente sin cámara. Lo he disfrutado todo, además es el primer juego que me he pasado todas las misiones secundarias, ¿eh? Yo en ningún otro juego es difícil que haga todas las secundarias, pues en este juego me las hice todas. Y todos los monstruos, todas las cosas. Vamos, me quedan 2 trofeos. Uno es... Me quedan 2 trofeos para completarme el juego completo. Que es subir todas las habilidades y pasarme el juego en Final Fantasy, que lo estoy haciendo fuera de cámara.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Oh, Cid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Reúne los materiales. Coño, me equivoco. Hombre, que lo que tenemos que construir es potente, ¿no? Para volar, fíjate tú. A ver, teleporte. Hostia, tío. No sé si lo hacen queriendo, los cabrones, para venir el teleporte. A ver. Izquierda y derecha. Pero esta es la musiquita que a mí me gusta. Muy bonita. No, hay que subir. Ahí sí. Vale, menos mal que desbloqueamos al Chocobo en esa misión secundaria que hicimos. Ahora cuando salga por la puerta se puede desbloquear. Bueno, se puede coger. Lo llamamos, lo cogemos. Ya sé que esa palabra en Argentina significa otra cosa, pero bueno. Me adapto al lenguaje de España, ¿no? Que es donde estoy viviendo, que es donde soy. Aquí hay peña. Coño, la cámara. Joder. Por cierto. La habilidad que tengo 2300 puntos. Tenemos el rayo. Incrementa el rendimiento del combate. A ver qué podemos hacer, tío. Este es potente, ¿no? No tengo... Espérate. Va, vamos a darle 1000 a esto. Vamos a darle 1000 y ¿eso qué es? La posible a nivel de gran velocidad te permite... Sí. Este me lo debería de mejorar. Pero bueno.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go. The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Otra misioncita. Míralo como nos espera. Ven aquí que te quiero acariciar. Ahí está, míralo. Qué cosita. Y esta gente estarán ahí.
Your work is done, Sid. We'll take care of the rest. Let Mid know she'll have her helm very soon, would you?
Bueno, pues que vuelva otra vez a la base. Ahí está. Vámonos por aquí. Venga. Aquí en forma la chavala. Yo hubiese puesto que corriese el personaje, el sprint que tiene cuando va a campo abierto. Lo hubiese metido por aquí, tío. Pero bueno, lo que pasa es que no han querido porque así es más realista, ¿no? No vais tú corriendo a toda hostia por el campamento. Como si fuese un puto loco, ¿no? Hablamos con la chavala y cortamos videito.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
Bueno, gente, nos vemos por aquí, ¿vale? Vamos a guardar partidita. Ajuste, guardar. Ahí está. Y bueno, espero que haya gustado. Y hasta luego.